guys, Autumn here today to do my last 3 weeks of October wrap up. I have a lot of books to talk about, so I'm gonna try to go as quick as possible. Um, so let's get started with the Kindle books I read. So give me a second. I wasn't prepared. Should have been a little bit more prepared. It's loading. Okay. So, the first Kindle book I read was Stolen to Keep by Alexa Riley. This is the second book in the Stolen series. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Berkeley and Vaughn. This came out on August 5th. And I really enjoyed this. This follows Vaughn, who is in London. She's trying to finish her college. And then Berkeley, who she meets when her sister marries Berkeley's brother, and it's their story. Okay. And then I read the third book, Stolen to Love by Alexa Riley. This follows Lulu and Xander, who is the third brother in that series, and Lulu is the doctor hired by the first brother, I forget his name, in the first book to help with his wife's condition, and it's their story. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Stuffed by Alexa Riley, and this I gave 4 out of 5 stars. And this one follows Rogue and Ember. This came out on September 4th, 2020, and I enjoyed it. And then I read Filled by Alexa Riley. You can't really see that, sorry. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Bambi and Angus. And then I also read Wealthy and Wanted by Alexa Riley. This is book 1 in this series. I don't know what series this is called. Doesn't really have it yet. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. This follows Dottie and Clay. A Western one. I enjoyed it. And then I read the second book in that series, Naughty and Notorious by Alexa Riley. This follows Dottie's sister and Judge, if I remember correctly. What is her sister's name? Sorry. Kitty and Judge. I give this 3 out of 5 stars. This came out on October 23rd. And then I read The Chase is Over by Tony Aleo. This is, this is actually I was going to say this is the last book I read, but it's not. This is book 5 in the Nashville Assassins Next Generation series. This is a little novella following Shelley and Eden, and it's all about their wedding. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This came out on the 27th of October. Really enjoyed it. Let's go back to the other Kindle books I read. I then read I Promise You by Isla Madden Mills. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is came out on the 12th of October. This follows Serena and Dylan. I gave this, as I said, 5 out of 5 stars. And I used this for Moonpack Campus Corner. And I really enjoyed this book. Yes. And I love this series. Um, Sorry I'm not going into too much detail. I read a lot of books in the last 3 weeks, and I kind of forget, like, key parts um, of some books. And then I read The Bribe by Willa Nash, who is a pen name for Denby Perry. This is book 1 in the Culbermit. I never say that right. I'm sorry. Montana series. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This came out on the 15th of October. And this follows Lucy, who is a singer from Nashville, and something happened to her, and she decides to uh, move away and change her name and all that stuff. And when she does that, she meets a sheriff on a hike, and she actually moves to his town where he is the sheriff. And I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. Then I read Only One Chance by Natasha Madison. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This came out on the 20th of October. This is book 2 in the Only One series. This follows Layla and Miller. And I really enjoyed this. This is a hockey romance. Natasha Madison is one of my favorite hockey romance authors. And yes. And then I read Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Jordan and Pike. This is a age gap romance. I used this for Sunpack Amore Avenue. This was also a book for Slayer Fest, which I did complete. I did read all the books for that. Yes. So, but I really, 4 out of 5 stars. I listened to this on audio. It is boyfriend's dad's romance. I'm sure you guys heard of that. Is that the last Kindle book? I'm pretty sure that's the last Kindle book. All of the other ones I have physically. So I'm gonna put that down. And go from there. So then I read The Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This follows Iris and August, and it follows a Iris who is in an abusive relationship, and is a basketball romance. I really enjoyed this. I cried. Just be aware there is abuse in this one, but it's a really good story, and I really enjoyed it. This was also for Slayer Fest. This was the first book I read for Slayer Fest. Then I read Bacon Me Crazy by Carla Sorensen. This was the first book by this author. I used this for Moonpack Farmers Market. This was a romance reveal book box. This was also for Slayer Fest. One of the Alexa Riley books I did also use for Slayer Fest, but I don't remember which one. But this one I used for Slayer Fest. This I gave 3 out of 5 stars. I listened to this on audio. This follows Jocelyn and Levi. This is the Friends to Lovers book. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Jocelyn is in a wheelchair. I'm pretty sure. yeah, she's in a wheelchair, and I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to reading more books by her. And then I read Good Enough by Kelly Elliott. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is book 3 in the Meet Me in Montana series. I did buy this from the author, so it is signed. Even though you can't see, it is signed. This follows Timberlynn and Tanner, and I was gonna say no, this isn't the one I thought it was, but still, I really enjoyed this. It follows Timberlynn and Tanner. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I used this for Sunpack Farmers Market, which is I think that one was for read a book with a farmer or cowboy, and small town Montana book. I really enjoyed this, and that came out on the 6th of October. Then I read Temptations by K.M. Scott. This is book 1 in the Club X series. This is a BDSM sort of club. This follows Olivia and Cassidy. I listened to this on audio. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars, and this was book. I used this for Slayer Fest 2, which is the longest book on your I mean, not the longest. The longest one you've had on your TBR. So, yes. Then I reread The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 1 in the Origin series. This follows Evie and Luke. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Listen to this on audio. Really enjoyed it. Getting back into this world. I really enjoy the Origin series. I also like the Lux series, which I haven't reread since I've reread it. Since I've read it the first time. So maybe I'll reread that, because you get a little glimpse of Damon and Kathy. What did I say, Kathy? It's what is her name? Katie. No. What is her name? I can't even tell you, but I really enjoyed rereading this. And then I read The Birding Shadow, which is book 2 in the Origin series. Gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Again, it follows more of their story, Evie and Luke. And I listened to this on audio, and this also was for the Slayer Fest, and I enjoyed it. And then I read Always and Forever, Laura Jean by Jenny Han. This is the 3rd and final book in the Laura Jean series, To All the Boys I Loved Before series. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Used this for Moonpack Boulevard. This was Slayer Fest 2. Give me 1 second. I'll look. Yes, this was Slayer Fest 2. So, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, listen to this on audio. And this follows Laura Jean in her senior year of high school and getting ready to go to college. And I really enjoyed this aspect of this book. And yeah, overall good series. And then I read No Exit by Taylor Adams. This was also for I can't speak. Slayer Fest. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. First book by this author, and used this for Sunpack for autumn. And I don't want to give too much away, but this follows Darby, who one night stops at a rest stop because there's really bad weather, and she notices that a girl is kidnapped, and one of the people she's with is the kidnapper. So I enjoyed it. And then I read Truth or Dare by Daniel Allen. This was my Romance Reveal book box in the month of October. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This came out on in August 21st. This is on Kindle Limited. And I don't know if I used this for Slayer Fest. No, I don't think I did. But I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This follows Simone and Kingston, and is a group of friends. When they were seniors in high school or in their 20s, they used to play Truth or Dare, and then they go away in their 30s because their friends are getting married in a island, and they play Truth or Dare again, and Kingston and Simone are best friends, and they were dared to kiss, and it's their story. 5 out of 5 stars. Loved it. Then I read Fast Lane by Kristen Ashley. I am giving this 3 out of 5 stars. This wasn't my favorite Kristen Ashley book, but I'm not a huge musician, rock star group. I don't really like rock star romances if they're on tour. Or I don't know. That's so weird, but it is true. But this follows Lila and Preacher. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Listen to this on audio. And this was also in October's Romance Reveal book box. So I read 2 of those this month. And yeah, as I said, this follows the Preacher and the Roadmasters, and it's between 80s and 90s. And yeah, it was just okay. 3 stars. And then I reread Running into Love by Aurora Rhodes Reynolds. This is book 1 in the Flunk My Life series. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is Fawn and Levi. And it's just a really good, cute romance that I needed at the end of the month. Yeah, I love this book. And it is signed. I do have it signed by the author. But yes, highly recommend. If you like Aurora Rhodes Reynolds, I would definitely recommend this. Or Alexa Riley, kind of if you like alpha males. Yes. And we're almost there. I only have 2 more books. And then I read The Brightest Night by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 3rd book in the Origin series. This came out on the 20th. I listened to this on audio. I am giving this 4 out of 5 stars. This just continues on with Luke and Evie's story. And this was the final book for the Slayer Fest. So I didn't include one. Oh, I read Use the Fast Lane and Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas also. And then this was the last one for Slayer Fest. And I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And I did pre-order it, and I forgot when I pre-ordered it, it came signed by the author, which is why I pre-ordered it. on Amazon because she was having like a promotion thing. If you pre-ordered it, you got a signed copy. And I forgot until I saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's why I pre-ordered it. But I enjoyed it. 4 out of 5 stars. I'm excited to continue on with this series. And then finally, the last book I read was another reread, which is Reminding Avery by Kaylee Ryan. And I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is a second chance romance. It starts in high school, in senior year of high school, and then it's 5 years later, 4 years later, however you want to look at it, when she comes back from college. But this follows Avery, who is a senior in high school, and she is just started dating the quarterback of the football team, Daniel. And it's their story, senior year, their high school sweethearts, and then she goes away for college, and she comes back, and it's their story again. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend to check out Kaylee Ryan books. If you're a fan, I really enjoy them. And those are all of the books I read. I read a total of 26 books in the month of October. I did not finish my Bookopoly. I had one more from each, my Kindle and the physical books to read. So I did not finish Bookopoly. But towards the end of the month, I was just not reading all that much. And I want to say I'm sorry I haven't posted anything really. In the month of October, I've been working a lot, and watching a lot of Among Us, live streams. So yeah, that's pretty much where my time has gone. So sorry. I'm going to try to be better in the month of November. So yeah, if you want a full review on any of these or read any of these, what did you think of them and what did you guys read in the month of October? And I'll see you guys later. Bye.